I think I'm recording. What's going on, guys? It's been about a week or so. I took a little time off from making videos. Didn't take time off from work, I had some other stuff going on. I had a nice weekend, and on Sunday, came back. Gas was really low, so I made some moves with my eRSDL farm. If you have been following that project, you'll know that it kind of tanked, and I put in liquidity in the single-sided pool, pretty much at the top of it, around between 120 and where it peaked at 160. I was adding liquidity. So when I came back after the weekend, I saw that it had hit a low around 15 right here, and it was about Sunday night is when gas was super low, and I decided, I looked at my position, and I had made about over 600 tokens from the farming where I put these LP tokens, and this position had about 2,203 tokens in it. But mind you, I only started with 887 tokens in total. So the total tokens had grown because I put liquidity at the top, and then eRSDL lost a bunch of value against Ethereum. So essentially my liquidity was being sold. People were dumping eRSDL tokens for Ethereum. So the amount of Ethereum in my stake, total I put in about 0.49, and over the course I ended up with 0.1674 ETH and then 2,283. So it was a difference of negative 0.3279 ETH and plus 1,300 or 1,315 eRSDL tokens, which was how my position had changed. And since I think that this token can go up long term, I decided to pull out of the single-sided staking position over here. So if I go and connect this, you'll see that I have no more stake over here, and these rewards are going to cut off in about a week and a half or so. So if you are still farming, you can still be getting those APOIs, still be getting that rewards, but I wanted to pull out and get the maximum amount of tokens out of my LP position. So I actually pulled out around right here, and then the next day the token price went up, and had I stayed in here, my LP position would have reflected more ETH than when it was at the bottom there. So pulling it out to the bottom, my position was selling Ethereum on the way down for more of those tokens. So I guess it's almost like a short mechanism. It's almost kind of like an automatic way to dollar cost average your way down. I did some math to try to determine what my average price is based on the amount of money that I put in. I figure that about 88 cents for this token, and I'll be able to break even in terms of dollars. So I mean, I was buying it at 120. I'd imagine that there's a lot of people, there's a lot of liquidity up there, so I'd imagine that we're going to continue to rise over time. At this point, I'm sitting on about close to about 2,000 or 3,000 tokens. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, and now it's just time to sit and wait. And in the meantime, I've been looking at UniswapV3 liquidity positions, because as I've been learning about this stuff for the past few weeks, it really seems like these are the types of positions that are going to power this liquidity provider market. And this is the first one that I did, and I made this position on the first day that it came out. And there's something interesting about this position that I didn't really know. These token IDs are unique, and it's kind of interesting. I actually got 2020, so I have the 2020th Uniswap V3 position. And these are all ERC 721, so they're NFTs. They carry a lot of extra data with them. This is, earned me about 40 cents in fees. It's only got about 1 uni in there and a little bit of ETH, but it's got a really big range. So the fee multiplier on this one is not really high. But I wanted to try something out. I wanted to try to get some closer and tighter ranges, and that's what I did with this position here. And I'm still learning, and I'm actually putting together a video a little bit more in depth, and I'm going to actually go through and set one of these up on camera for you, but I want to be a little bit more well educated when I set that up. But I did do this a tighter range the other day, and if I go to this website called DeFi Lab, this is a really cool tool. I've dropped this in the Discord a few times, and I think I've talked about it in a previous video. But you can actually put in the your positions here and see your fee multipliers. So if I go here, and this is on Ocean, based in ETH. So my min price in Ocean is 21186, and I played around with this for a while when I was setting up my position, and as well as I was on TradingView looking at the charts to try and figure out where I want to deploy my capital. This small box is representative of a tighter range that I was looking at, but this big purple box is the liquidity range that I'm actually providing to. So if I go back here, let's get this max price. And I'll talk more about the positions and how they work and how I go about trying to set them up in a video specifically for them. But I just kind of wanted to talk about this quickly because this is a really cool tool, and if you want to look around and play with it, I definitely recommend doing that before that video. 5364. So as you'll see, this multiplier is about 22%, and I put in initially 0.019 ETH in here. So you can edit time in range. So this is the second strategy, so disregard the blue line for now. I did have both of those like set up in there, and I was looking how they kind of compare, and the tighter those ranges, the tighter the better that these fee multipliers actually work. So this is, we can see this right here is 23. So if this was like, if our min price was, let's say, like a 23, so it was like right on it, and then we did like 23.5, so it was like right above it. Why is my keyboard not working? It won't let me type in there. I don't know what's going on. Alright, whatever, that's not gonna behave and work for me. I'll talk more about that in the future, but just know that these are really cool, and I don't think I'm going to be setting up any more UniswapV2 positions. I'm going to be solely focused on V3, because the more I've been looking into it, the more I've been reading about capital efficiency and those fee multipliers and the ranges, and studying how to look at the charts, and realizing that this technology is, I mean, it's so much better than V2, and I've seen some people do some pretty cool things. I don't really understand calls and puts very well, but these ranges are almost acting as calls and puts on both sides of your liquidity, so you can kind of set up really intricate derivative markets, I'm assuming, and I imagine that in the future there'll be secondary markets for these positions where large funds or institutions will be buying these up, to kind of add liquidity in different spots. So I think these are really cool, and I definitely want to explore them more. Um, but yeah, so that's eRSDL, UniswapV3, and then this was the last little article I wanted to talk about. This came out yesterday. Goldman Sachs says crypto could power the data economy. I mean, if you watched the 2 previous videos I made, I'll link them in the description below. My thoughts on Web 2 versus Web 3 and the future of the internet. I talked about how, what got me into crypto was bringing data onto the blockchain and creating an economy for data. This is really what excites me, because I think that once we get this base layer, this foundation in, we'll really be able to build some awesome applications on this new infrastructure and have a lot more transparency and openness, and give people control over their information. Give them data sovereignty, financial sovereignty. So I'll link this article in the description below. There's a couple good quotes. The most valuable assets in crypto will be those that help verify the most critical information in the economy. Here's another quote. The 3 biggest moves in the crypto ecosystem: payments, DeFi, and NFTs, are mostly being built on Ethereum, so it's going to get priced like a network. Remember, Ethereum is a network of computers, that can come to a consensus and an agreement on a state. So, yes, there's the token, and it's a cryptocurrency, but it is a network of computers, and it is a piece of technology. So people are building stuff on it, and as more people use it, the price is going to go up. And that's Mike Novogratz. Another one, a blockchain platform like Ethereum could potentially become a large market for vendors of trusted information, like Amazon is for consumer goods today. We talked about projects like Ocean, GRT, Filecoin, and Chainlink. All of these data protocols and data projects are gonna start not pumping, but they're gonna start realizing the value that they actually have and bring. So all these links will be in the description below, and I look forward to seeing you next time.